Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Holy Shiftball podcast, a show where we get real about raising your frequency one cosmic giggle at a time. I'm Bethany, your energetic bestie, alongside my fabulous cosmic soul sister, Sharon. Hey, Sharon.
Good morning, Bethany. And how are you this morning?
Oh, what is my famous saying? If I was any better, girl, I'd be a twin.
And some days I wish you were.
The world says no, no. We're good with one. We're good with the one.
One Bethany is all the world can handle.
Hell, it's all I can handle.
Can you imagine how much fun you'd have with yourself, though, if you had a twin? It'd be awesome.
Yeah, we. All right, Sharon. I've been looking forward to all week. What is your Holy Shiftball moment for the week?
Okay. Well, it's all about our intuitive gifts. I was over at a friend's place. We're having coffee and we're chit-chatting away. And so I asked her about her father-in-law, which I haven't asked her about him in, God, months and months, a year. I don't know. It's been a while. And she looked at me and said, wow, it's amazing you would ask about that. And we have a viewer, Danny. Good morning, Danny. Thank you for joining us this morning. And so I said, how's your dad? How's your father-in-law doing? And she says, it's amazing you'd ask me about that. We just found out he has some health issues and then it's his birthday today, she says. And I was like, oh, wow, happy birthday, whatever, blah. And so then she tells me about that situation. Then we're chatting away, and half an hour later, I said, oh, so how's this friend of yours? Da, da, da. She goes, wow, it's amazing. You should ask about her because this is happening in her life and blah, 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 blah. And this just came up yesterday, yada, yada. And she said, every time you come over, you ask me about things that are happening. So it really made me think about our intuitive gifts because we all have them. We've all had that where we think about someone and the phone rings, or we phone somebody and we ask them a question that they needed to have asked. And, we get that intuitive hit. So we all have those gifts, and it's a matter of developing them, paying attention when they happen, and giving yourself credit for being divinely guided and having that divine spark within you that you can Danny says I sound like Dr. Phil. Thanks, Danny. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it. So yeah, I mean, you can develop and you can hone and you can really enhance your life with them. Anyways, so that was my intuitive hit. It's like, wow, we are a lot more intuitive than we thought. So that was my Holy Shiftballs moment. And Bethany, what was yours, girlfriend?
All right, so check this out. I get a phone. Sharon and I are on a group text, and one of our great friends had an experience. She went on a 10-day adventure, and she went and saw things not with her eyes. No, with her mind. Now, can you imagine if you were sitting somewhere and you learned how to absolutely harness the power of your mind? She was able to pull pH levels from water, dropping the pH in the water. She was able to put pennies. Now, I just want you to really just sit with this. She was able to put pennies on a wall, on a mirror, on a window. Now, really, my mind was blown, being able to pull a needle through a table.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that would do to one's reality? I'm sitting here and I soak in this information. I'm just like, my reality now is one big question mark. Like, is what? I mean, what?
Yeah.
And I've seen all over social media these children putting these masks on their face and being able to see color through. I mean, with their mind's eye. Their eyes are not reading it, not registering it. The mind is. So,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, absolutely, my Holy Shiftball moment. Like, I am now on a quest. I have to learn more. I have to be a part of this. I have to experience this. So yeah, that was my Holy Shiftball moment this week.
I was on a meeting with her yesterday for an hour and we were discussing it, and it was her Holy Shiftball moment too. Like she said that she is questioning reality on every level because some of the things that they did there, they were bending spoons as well. And she said some of the spoons they would pick up and they literally just melt. Done. Because there was a group of them. And that's the other thing. you get around like-minded people, and the energy and the frequency, the vibration
Right.
room is higher,
Right.
and it's amazing. It's amazing what you can do.
Yes.
So she is absolutely
Yes.
in reality, and I can hardly wait
Yes.
for a full report on that, and hopefully she can teach us as well.
Well, Sharon, who do we have on the Holy Shiftball podcast today, girl?
All right, today we are in for a treat because our guest today is Leena Zafary. She had two near-death experiences too, and that they sparked a profound spiritual awakening that led her to her purpose. Now, Leena dedicates her life to helping others integrate extraordinary experiences and reconnect with themselves. She's the host of a podcast called Vibrationally Speaking with Leena Z, right up our alley.
Mhm.
And she's the founder of the International Association for Near Death Studies in Las Vegas. And I cannot wait to hear her Holy Shiftballs moment. So without further ado, let's welcome Leena to the show.
Hi, Lena.
Hi. Thank you.
How are you, girl?
Well, I can't complain. I'm sitting in the most beautifulest, sunny Irvine, California, enjoying the space.
Awesome. You are lucky.
I am. I'm blessed.
Yes.
Yes. Well, Lena, please share with our
Mm.
audience your Holy Shiftball moment. That when you experienced it, it was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe
What?
I am going through this. But after I've come out the other side, I am now stepping into my purpose. Share it with us, baby girl.
Oh man, like seriously, I have like a shitball moment every day. Like, so, so I had a really, really big shiftball moment, I guess you could say, about 12 years ago, where I had an experience where I went through the veil, as you say, had a near death experience, and I came back. And every single day since has been one of those days to go from that to here. And what you guys talk about, what you're saying, um, there's truth to it. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Um,
Well,
I, I'm back to say that what you guys talk about, what you guys, share, there's so much truth to it. And that came from that holy shift moment.
so what happened when you were on the other side? Do you remember being over there? Like, what was your experience like?
you know, the best way to explain it, it's you're consciously awake, just like we are right now. However, you are where you are, you are where you are, and I am where I am, and everybody is, and we're all having a moment, and we're all speaking and paying attention, and we're conscious, and we're here, and we're able to observe what's happening. It was literally me there. I was just as present. I didn't know I died, so I didn't know any different. You know,
Oh, so you felt like you were still in your body or
oh
no?
Oh no, I saw my body outside of me. She was laying like a pair of yesterday's clothing. I was here, but I was literally as clear as this bottle. Like I was see through. I was
Oh,
insecure. So, but I didn't miss my body. I was complete, and I didn't realize that that's what it was. It was just oh, me.
So I'm trying to get a visual of it all. So what lead me to this? What happened? What experience? What did you? Were you in a car accident? What
yeah.
were you? How did it happen that jolted the being out of the body?
But you can have an out of body experience without having a near
Hmm.
death experience.
For sure.
That's yes. And second, a lot of people have near death experiences, and there's no one way that leads people to a near death experience. So I will just share mine.
Okay.
So mine was just, I was a healthy, normal person. I caught a cold. The cold didn't feel like a normal cold. It ended up being the virus at the time. Like now we have COVID. In
Hmm.
2018, we had the H1N1 virus. So it was just a virus that got into my lungs and caused a near death. But it's funny because on the human journey, that's what it was. But on the spiritual journey, it was just God, universe, whatever entity you want to call it. Um, it was its way of waking me up. back into life, if that makes sense.
Did you have any realizations while you were on the other side? Did you understand the meaning of life? Did you have some big realization that all of a sudden came to you and gave you a profound message about your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing in life?
Oh no, I came back with no instructions, no directions. I had to figure all that stuff out myself. It took me many years to realize that I was living my purpose by just intuitively following what felt right to me. So I always chose to follow my feelings. You know how they say, follow your mind because your heart will always lead you astray. Follow your
Nuh-uh.
heart, mind will lead you astray. So
Absolutely.
by following my heart, it led me the right way. And I realized that my purpose for coming back was multiple purposes, not one. And I don't believe we all have one purpose. We all have multiple purposes, perhaps. I don't know how many, but I know that for me, um, my first purpose coming back was to be a mom, because that's why I came back. And then, of course, life evolves, children grow, and you're no longer needed as full time mom. So you have to not find, but you have to be open to a new purpose to move
Mhm.
forward, because every day is a new purpose. Every day is like a new opportunity to, evolve.
Yes.
Leena, what, from your experience, how big does frequency and vibration play a part when having an out of body experience? Do you
Uh,
have to regulate your energy, your frequency, and your vibration to be able to pull out of the body?
no, because it's not a conscious thing. You don't do it. That's
Right.
not something you can practice. That's not something you can try. That's something that happens. It happens. You don't choose it. You don't do it. You can't meditate into it.
Oh, so you're not, through
That's my
time, you're not able to harness that skill. Is that what you're saying?
that's my understanding. Now remember, there are 8 billion people, and different people have different experiences and different abilities. So I'm not saying no. And maybe there are people who have, but in my mind, in my experience, to my knowledge, to my knowing, I don't believe so.
But also, too, the distinction is out of body. You can train yourself to have an out of body, but Lena's talking about a near death experience, which is a little bit different.
Yes. Well, so a lot of times when you have a near death experience, one of the hallmarks or one of the things that many, many experiencers um, end up saying is that they were outside of their body. That's a very big distinction for having a near death experience. But looking back through my life, I know that there was moments when I was outside of my body and I was
Right.
experiencing it. But
Yes.
in my conscious mind, like my brain, my human intellect never put the two together. Like I didn't understand that it was called an out of body. Like I knew it happened, but there was no way to explain it, and there was no. It was just like, huh, okay.
Okay. What is the bioacoustics voice analysis sessions that you have? This is intriguing.
Okay, so this is going to be a lot of information I'm going to do on you. So be ready, okay?
Yay. We're ready.
I'm going to try to simplify it. So bioacoustics is basically biology, and acoustics is sound. Bioacoustics is the study of the human voice, human sound, and that's what I do. So essentially, um, the state of your mind, the state of your mental, emotional, and physical health is found in the architecture and the sound of your voice, right? For example, you call a friend of yours calls you on the phone and they're like, "Hey, I don't, they just ramble on, but you're like, oh, you don't sound good. You don't sound good. What's wrong? They're sad, depressed, or aching. You can tell the difference if somebody's depressed or in pain. So we pick up on all these things, but that's we humans have the ability. In bioacoustic biology, we can get to the root cause, to the micro of who you are through your voice.
So what does that look like? How does when working with a client, what does that look like? Do they call you and and they talk into a piece of technology, or how do you scan the bioacoustics? How do you do that?
Well, with any other scientific biofeedback system, it's like you have to extract human something, and then you analyze it, and then you read it. I do the same thing with the voice. Yes. Um, I take a 60-second clip of your voice, and then I look at that voice in an architectural way. Like I look at, you know, every bit of it, like a musician. And then I look to see what's off balance. And then based off what's off balance, I can tell you where that is affecting you mentally, emotionally, and physically, spiritually, any way you want.
Okay.
Can you read? Sorry, Sharon. Sorry
No,
about
go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
Can you read just through the simple voice? Because that we do know that everything on this realm is, energy, frequency, and vibration. So to me,
Mhm.
this makes sense. But for the average person is coming into this awareness, by using this piece of technology, are you able to like pick up like any distortions in the body in the field for just through the voice?
Uh, absolutely. Absolutely. So it's not oof, don't diagnose. So if you come to me, I won't tell you, oh, you have diabetes.
Mhm.
But
Right.
what I do is, if you come to me and you say, well, diabetes is not what I have, what I look to see is what's causing your diabetes, not diabetes in general. Because,
Oh, okay.
you know, um, there are certain pathways, obviously, but along that pathway journey, people are off balance in different areas.
Mhm.
So that's why it's like you can be diabetic, but there's a spectrum of diabetic, right? And more like, oh, it's high, but I'm still good. But then there's people who have to count. So just like that, everybody's uniquely different, and that's what makes this so incredibly amazing. Is that this is not general generic information. This is, who are you, what's going on with you, where are you imbalanced, and where do you need balancing, not where somebody who's low in iron, they just what they, but why is your
Right. So is this technology available to everyone, or do you reserve it for the people who've had near-death experiences?
no, I can work with anybody.
Okay. Well, I just wasn't sure because you have your association that you created in Las Vegas for near-death experiencers. So I thought maybe it was focused mainly on that. And do you have, with people who've had a near-death experience, do you find similarities in their experiences, or do you find similarities in how they integrate back into society after, or the challenges they face after having a near-death experience?
I love the question. So here's the answer. Um, it's kind of like a road, right? It's like a path. Everybody who journeys it has their own unique experience. So no two near deaths are the same, but yet when they come back, they speak about same points. There's commonalities within the experience. Not everybody has all of them. Everybody has bits and pieces based on what resonates with their soul and with their life experience they had prior to that moment. And
Okay.
then so that's the experience. Now afterwards, afterwards it's the same journey. We all go through the same journey, but we all experience it on different levels to different degrees, depending on who we are prior, our intellect level, our emotional maturity level, or our overall balance in life determines how we're going to process and integrate an experience. So it's a journey, but once you experience it and you understand the fundamentals, you get guidance, you get guided. And when we come back, we go through that journey. And when we do come back, it's like, the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Once you go through the process and become the butterfly, you want to go fly. So,
I've had near-death experiences where my heart has stopped,
wow.
but I don't remember anything. Everything went black, and then all of a sudden I was back. That was it. And so I'm fascinated by people who remember their experiences because I wasn't able to.
Well, a great place for for you or somebody like yourself to say, I don't know, but I had something, is to, if you're having a memory of it, then spirit is reminding you to look into it, perhaps. And there's some great research, like ions. I'm a chapter of ions org, so they have science research data, they have books, they have researchers, people who studied, people who have been studied. And it's nothing new. This is
No.
not the human condition that's been around. um, it's like now we are starting to process it, and now we're starting to talk about it, and now we're starting to share about it, so more people are understanding it. So in the understanding is healing. That's the key. That's what, that's when healing happens. The moment where you're like, I get it, that
Yeah.
holy.
Yeah, and your chapter is the International Association for Near Death Studies, IONS,
Yes.
right? Yes.
Love it.
Well, girl, well, guess what? It is about that time. We are about to play our favorite part of the show. It is called Shit or Shift. And what it is we toss out several scenarios. You tell us if it's a shift, if it's expansive. Yes, I'm having it. Bring more. Or if it's total shit, it's a program. No, I'm not having it. Get it out of here. You ready to play?
So okay.
All right, Sharon, you want to go first, baby girl?
Sure. Leena, with regards to having a near-death experience and the people that you've spoken to, science and spirituality at the same table, is it expansion of consciousness or resistance to updating the human operating system? Shift or shit?
Second.
And why?
Mhm.
Why is it resistance?
Because it's one thing to look up and look out and imagine what's over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With the full knowledge,
Yes.
even though you could see it, but you still have to imagine it because you haven't been there yet. And then there's a different thing when you're there and you're like, oh yeah, I tasted it, I smelled it, I felt it, and you can come back and share it. And it's not there anymore. It's here.
Yes.
That's
Awesome.
All right,
Awesome.
Leena. When somebody has a near-death experience and immediately builds their identity around it, is that a shift or a shit?
that's hard to say because it's hard for me to say that because every person has a different experience, different level of experience, and different understanding prior to it. So how they process and deal is affected by that. So part of the shift that happens is you don't come back with judgment. You come back with awareness and understanding of a process, not that.
Yes.
Yes.
That was good.
Supporting experiencers' loved ones. Is that necessary bridge building or walking straight into discomfort that no one signed up for? Shit or shift?
Oh, it's a must. It's a must because my nonprofit, what I do, um,
Mm-hmm.
is I hold space for experiencers and their families because I'm the experiencer. I'm the one who went through holy shit and came back so shifted that it took me time to understand. But my entire family was traumatized, and they went through their own trauma, their own grief, and they had no way to process it. And that's one thing. But to watch me go through my holy shit moments left and right every single day until I like, like I integrate it, that's a whole nother trauma uh, thing. So I believe families do need support. They need to know it's normal for them to behave that way. They're not going crazy. Just give them space, or how you can help them, because it's important. It affects everybody.
Yes. All right, Lena. When someone has a near-death experience, oh no, I just read that one. Okay. When someone lives as if consciousness continues beyond the body and therefore chooses courage over fear, shit or shift?
Shift.
Yes. Yes. All right, I got one more question. One more question. All right,
Ask away.
if someone interprets their near-death as truth rather than personal insight, is that a shit or shift?
Shit.
Why?
Because we all come with our own perspective. We all come with our own piece. The universe is so vast. Only God or infinite or divine or whatever you want to call it has the capacity to be whole. We are all whole, a part of that whole, so we are whole within ourselves, but we're not the whole, if that makes sense. So,
Yes.
I can come back with my pieces of puzzle, but it doesn't necessarily means anything for somebody else. But I can tell you this much: after, even experiencers, right, if they don't integrate properly, they can misunderstand a lot of the things that happen, because you have to understand, you come back from that space and then you come back to earth space. It's like you're in light and darkness at the same time, and you have to be able to balance that. And that's integration. It's a
Mhm.
process.
Mm-hmm.
You
Shadow
just
work.
answered my shit or shift question. I was going to say, is integration necessary for people who've experienced near death experiences, shit or shift? So
Wow.
thank you for answering it. Speaking of intuition, Danny was right. He said that you were a psychic. So good call. Good call, Danny. Her intuition's right on the mark today.
All right. Thank you so much for playing the game with us today, Lena. I have one final question. What is one thing that you can share with our listeners that can shift their shit right now? What is
You have a
one
choice.
thing that you can share with them that could help them step out of the program and into their purpose?
You have to look at every single moment of your life as a choice, your choice. When you start making little choices, and then you make a shit ton of little choices, when you have to make a big choice, it becomes more natural, more easier, and you're able to move. And if you're not making little choices and you're expecting to make the big choices in life, and you're wondering why you can't make it, that's why, because you're not making little choices. Make little choices. What are you going to eat? Are you going to drink water out of a bottle or a cup? Are you going to go to the store now or later? Are you going to eat this or that? Choices, little choices.
Hmm.
Okay. So, Lena, now what about people sitting at home thinking something happened to me, but I've never told anyone? What's a wise first step towards how can they heal and integrate? Because healing is important, as you said.
Absolutely. Well, the fact that they're tuning in to this right now, that right there, that's the first step. Because the reason why I speak is my speaking brings awareness. And if my speaking triggers an awareness in somebody, in you, and makes you think about something, then there you go.
Yes.
Follow the breadcrumbs. Go on to Ions and go on to the links that I share a lot of content and information and teachings, and um, you'll get answers, because as soon as you understand that the whole thing revolves around you connecting to you and nothing else,
Mhm.
that's what I teach. I don't do anything but to teach you how to look this way and talk to this.
That's
Well,
beautiful.
Yes. Well, Leena, thank you so much for being on our show today. Um, if you could tell our audience members real fast where could connect with you, where they could hop onto your email, where can they get an auto acoustic or bioacoustic feedback session with you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, you can look me up, my name, so I kind of made it easy to get to me. But I also have a hub where I created and I put all my offerings in one place because there's so much and it's easy to. So I created a hub, and if I'll send you the link, and if you can pop that for them, and they can click on that, they can read about ions, they can read about experiences, they can watch podcasts, they can connect with me, they can, book a session with me, read how my sessions work. So it's all there. Makes it easiest.
All
Leena
right.
Zafary.
Well, Leena, once again, I know I can speak from Sharon and we are so grateful that you took time today to share your heart with our audience, and we are so grateful for this.
Thank you. I'm
And
here.
and thank you for everything you do for other NDE experiences. Thank you so much for helping that community and helping them heal. It's wonderful.
And thank you for creating this space for me to do that.
Yes. Thank you. See you next time.
Bye, Leena. Wow.
Well, Sharon,
Holy Shiftballs, baby.
yes. Yes, for sure. I enjoyed that conversation. Well, Sharon, who do we have on the show next week?
Next week, we have a gentleman by the name of Cam Knight. He is trained in helping people with mental, physical, and emotional performance challenges, as well as teaches them how to overcome internal resistance. He's a best-selling author, and because of his unique insights, his books have helped, they've become gold standard, and they've helped over 500,000 people. The best part, Bethany, do you know what the best part is?
What's that?
The best part is that he can train you to remember names, dates, times, facts, figures, events, experiences, whatever. So holy shitballs, do I need help with that? I'm really looking forward to having Cam on the show next week.
Well, girl, yes, I think we all could use a little bit of Cam. Well, you know what? Thank you so much for just being an amazing co-host. I
Thank
just
you.
really look forward to every Thursday tuning in with you and sharing our hearts. People can follow us. They can go to the YouTube at Holy Shiftballs. They can go to our Facebook and find us at holy.shiftballs.
And at Rumble at Holy Shiftballs.
Yes, and here, well, they know right here. Well, great, Sharon.
And thank you to Danny and Danny. Thank you to Danny and Jake for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Keep those comments coming. We love your support and happy to have you on board.
Yes, Sharon. So remember, be sure when life kicks you in the balls, just like right now, be sure to tune in to your Holy Shiftball podcast,
where you'll not only get authenticity, but you'll also get help in turning that shit into a shift.
All right. See you next Thursday, guys.
See you next Thursday, guys.